I mean, it's tough because Jeanty and Ward are the obvious favorites, but they're priced in such a way that like you can't really bet rookie of the year at plus 200 type odds. And so I guess like the next one is just like the next guy on the list, Travis Hunter at plus 750, because I do wonder, like, put yourself in the mind of the voters. Like, are they going to kind of you can't give him both awards. So, like, are they going to pick one or the other? He's going to play more on the offensive side of the ball, at least as a rookie, it sounds like. If he puts up decent numbers, is what he does on the defensive side of the ball going to be baked into the voting? I kind of think it could. So at plus 750, that's not bad odds. And Jacksonville could potentially be a decent team too, which would certainly help him if he's going to be getting some of the credit for that could factor in as well. So he could be one that doesn't necessarily need to put up stats to compete with Jeanty, who, like, there's a pretty good chance he puts up good numbers because they're going to feed him the ball. But Hunter, the team is probably going to be a little bit better. He's going to get some credit for the defensive stuff. That's plus 750. That's not bad.
This award does not have quite the quarterback bias that other awards do, that MVP certainly does. We have had quarterbacks for the last 6 years, 8 of the last 15. So it is there, right? But this is not an award that's always quarterback. So we can take shots on, you wouldn't take a shot on Jeanty now by any stretch of the imagination, but you could take shots on people like Travis Hunter. Hampton stands out to me at plus 1,600 now. It was actually plus 1,400 when I looked at it first. We'll see how many carries he gets. That's the concern. But the Chargers have a good offensive line. We know that coaching staff can coach a running game. J.K. Dobbins was 6th among qualified backs in rate of runs to gain 10 or more yards last season. I think we could see a lot of big plays in this offense from Hampton. Like, we could see a lot of those highlight plays. And if he's getting those big plays because of just kind of the kind of running back he is in this offense with a team, like, again, that we expect the Chargers to be good, like, there's a pathway for him here. And if I'm taking like a longer shot bet, I think that plus 1,600 for Hampton, makes a lot of sense. Would I pick him like outright if like odds weren't playing? No, you pick Jeanty. Like, that's who you pick. Right. But like, if we're playing these odds at plus 1,600, you could see him like break off like 5 really long highlight reel runs, have a really good season for a good team, and get this award. And so he stands out to me. Anybody for you, Rich?
There's 3 guys that stand out to me in particular. The first, McMillan at plus 1,400 stands out. Obviously, I think he can get some credit here if Bryce Young takes another step, because when you're projecting kind of the targets for the pass catchers in this group, like, he has the clearest pathway to like a guy that could have like a 25% plus target share and get a lot of targets. And if he's able to translate what he did in college over to the NFL, and especially, working with Dave Canales, who's one of the guys I do have, some faith in too as a coordinator, and understanding how to use offensive players. That is interesting to me because he's also a guy that can have a lot of touchdowns, which matters as well. The 2 Ohio State running backs stand out to me. Judkins probably more, just because, again, for the type of volume he could just run into. Now, the Browns did add Dylan Sampson later on, but I think where they took Judkins, like, he could be the one guy. So right now, outside of Jeanty, he has the best statistical projection, because obviously Hampton's playing with Najee Harris. But right now, Judkins has the best statistical protection out for the non-Jeanty running backs for me right now. And if the Browns could just somehow put something together where they're just like hang around the playoff picture, maybe he can get some bonus points for that. Which their whole roster is still good enough to do that, right? Like, anytime these past 2 years the Browns have still gotten functional quarterback play, they've been a good team. So he stands out to me as well as another guy. But I think Ted at 1,400 is the one that kind of really stands out.
If I could just add to the Judkins thing, like, if the Browns offensive line actually stays healthy this year, they're probably going to use Judkins and Sampson like they used to use Chubb and Hunt. So if the offensive line stays healthy, we know that they can call a run game there. Like, it could work out where he puts up some decent numbers.
And part of the reason too why the vagabond quarterbacks, the ancillary quarterbacks, have been so bad for Cleveland is because they haven't been able to run the ball the last 2 years. Like, post Chubb, like non-Chubb running back's been awful. Jerome Ford's a very just boom or bust runner. Inherently, the offensive line's been banged up. If there's just some more stability on that front, the team's probably just going to be better.